बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। श्रीमद् सद्गुरु सरकार की जय। राधा रानी की जय। Let's all close eyes. Sit up straight. Focus our mind on the Supreme Lord, whichever form is pleasing to you, whichever form you worship. Try to visualize, feel the presence of the Supreme Lord. Ajnanatimirandhasya jnana janashalakaya chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai shri gurave namah. Barahapidam natavarvapu karnayo karnikaram vibhradvasa kanakakapisham vaijayantim chamala randhran venu radhar sudhaya Purayan Gopavrindai Vrindaranyam Swapadaramanam Pravishad Gita Kirti Namah Kamalana Bhaya Namah Kamal Maline Namah Kamal Padai Namaste Kamalekshana Yo Brahmana Vidhati Purva Yo Vaivedanscha Prahinoti Tasmai Dagvan Hadeva Mata Buddhi Prakasham Mumukshurvai Sharanamaham Prapadde. Bole Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. Srimad Sadguru Sarkar ki jai. आदरणीय पंडित जी, प्रिय भक्त समुदाय, महानुभाव, Vishnu Pandit ji, dearest devotees of the Supreme Lord, the Divine Souls. First let me say Radhe Radhe to each and everyone, and my pranam, my humblest prostration to all of you. Again, we're continuing the series on Guru Tattva, the entity we call Guru. We're here at the Ananda temple in Newcastle, Panorama Street, Newcastle 164. Tonight is the third night. We have one more night of this on Monday. This topic, of course, during the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, we have a spiritual retreat, and hopefully many will come and attend and benefit. Before continue tonight on the topic, as customary, we'll do a little chanting of the name of the Lord, getting our minds in tune, ourselves in tune to listen to divine philosophy. In the booklets you have, turn to page 10, bhajan number 13, 1-3. Man tero sancho yar, Brajraj Kumar. The devotee say to the mind, O mind, as we told, you may hear over and over, even tonight, Pitaji, Shri Krishnaji sing, is telling about the mind, focus in our mind. Mind is most important. You can do everything, all puja, all the chanting, all the spiritual work. If the mind is not present, it's like multiplying by 0. Mind is the most important thing because the mind is the actual performer of the work. God knows our thoughts and ideas only. The Vedas say, Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayoh. Brahma Bindu Upanishad, 2nd mantra. Man, the mind, ev, alone. Manushyanam, human beings, we people. Karanam is the cause, bandhan of bondage, moksha, liberation. All the responsibility lies with the mind alone. This is what God knows. Not the physical action of the sense organ. You could do all the japa, all the puja, visit all the places of pilgrimage, do everything we know spiritually, externally, but the mind is not there. It's like multiplying by 0. All we're going to get is abhiman, ego. I do so many japa, I have been to so many places of pilgrimage, I do so many puja, etc. This abhiman, more and more ego. Ego has to go. The word ego in English, ego, that has to go. As long as ego is there, we cannot uplift spiritually. The great saint, Bhagwan himself descended as Gaurang Mahaprabhu. He says, Trinadapi suni chena. You want to be on the spiritual path, you want to be a devotee, then it's compulsory that you become humbler than the blade of grass. Tarurapi sahishnuna. To be more tolerant than a tree. Amanina manadena. Man means respect. The absence of the desire for name and fame, for respect. Amanadena, to give respect to all. Seeing the Lord sitting in the heart of every living being. Give respect, bow. Then chant. Kirtaniya Sadahari. Then chanting the name of Bhagwan. Then you will benefit. So, the devotees addressing the mind, O mind, realize every relation of the soul is only with Sri Krishna. Every relation. The soul Atma, Brajraj Kumar means Sri Krishna. This body belongs to us. We're not the body, we're the soul Atma. And every relation of the soul, Yar here doesn't only mean friend, it means every relation. Mother, father, wife, husband, child, friend, brother, sister, every relation you can think about of the soul is only with God, Shri Krishna. Tero soi Swami, soi Sakha, Suttu Bharatat. He alone is your master, Swami. He alone is your Sakha, our true friend. Sutta, our child, Bharata, our beloved, every relation, we have to make and realize that. So, if I go and explain this, when the saints write, it's not word like written by a worldly person, it's filled with so much divine philosophy. I can take this bhajan and go to lecture for many, many days. Let's chant this beautiful bhajan. Man tero sacho yaar, Brajraj Kumar. Man tero sacho yaar, oh man tero sacho yaar, Brajraj and the world, relations in the world, it's all jhutha, false. Jhutho jag vyavahar, jhuthe sab naatedar. Jhutho vyavahar, jhuthe sab naatedar. Oh man tero sacho yaar, Brajraj Kumar. Man tero sacho Brajvasi parivar, tero sacho naatedar. Tero let's be attentive and listen very carefully. सावधान होके बहुत ध्यान से सुन लीजिए. We have been talking, as you heard, about the entity called Guru, Guru Tattva. On the first night we saw the importance of Guru. That if we want to go on the spiritual path, if we want to attain that which is good for us, then we have to have a Guru. Even Bhagwan can't help us to uplift spiritually without Guru. Because why? Because Bhagwan has a condition for knowing Him. Nirmal manajana so mohi bhava, mohi kapat chal chitana bhava. Bhagwan says, I want pure heart, pure mind. Only those who are pure in heart, pure in mind can know me, see me, attain me. I cannot tolerate deception, deceit, fraud. And who's going to make the heart, the mind pure? Uncountable lifetimes of wickedness, sin, impurity stored in our heart, in our mind. That's where Guru comes. That work is done by Guru only. He does the work of a garbage man. What does the garbage man do? He cleans rubbish, dirty things. This is the work of Guru. He cleans all the garbage stored in our heart, in our mind, and makes it pure. So his work is indispensable in becoming free from Maya, free from ego, in attaining true bhakti, in attaining God. So we have to have Guru. But then we saw that Guru has to be qualified. In Vedas, the word comes, Shrotriya Brahmanishtam. Mundak Upanishad, first Mundak, second Kan, 12th mantra. In Bhagavad Mahapuran, Shade Parijnishnatham Brahman Upashamashayam. Bhagavad Mahapuran, 11th Canto, 3rd chapter, 21st verse. In the Gita, Bhagavan Krishna says, Jnaninaha plus Tattvadarshinaha. Chapter 4, verse 34, 3-4. Gita. All mean the same thing. In order one is qualified to be Guru, these two qualities must have. This qualifies him to be Guru. First, Jnaninaha, or Shrotriya, as the Vedas say. This means he has complete knowledge. All the Vedas, all the Puranas, Gita, Ramayana, Bhagavad, all this. Not only that, he is able to remove our doubts. But even more important than Jnaninaha, he is Tattvadarshinaha, Brahmanishtam. He has practical experience of God. He has attained the divine vision. He has seen God. He's attained the divine knowledge, divine bliss, divine love. He is free from Maya. Then he can free others. But how are we going to know if someone in our search for a true spiritual master, the Guru, how are we going to tell that he is Shrotriya Brahmanishtam? That he has attained that divine love, divine bliss, divine knowledge of God, that he is free from Maya. He is divine. I told you this is extremely difficult. Why? Because there are four kinds of people in the world. There are two kinds of worldly souls, materialistic souls, imposters, and there are two kinds of genuine saints, God-realized souls. Eternally free from Maya, has attained God-realization. The first kind of worldly soul, imposter, those who are wrong, dirty, materialistic on the inside, and they are also wrong, dirty, materialistic on the outside. What is inside is outside. They make no attempt to hide the reality from the world. It is very easy to recognize such a person. Most of us, all of us fall in that category. The second kind of worldly soul, imposter, materialistic soul, are those who are materialistic, dirty, wrong on the inside, materialistic on the inside, yet pretend to be God-men on the outside. They have all the faults inside of them: greed, anger, jealousy, hatred, lust, everything. But they are very careful to hide this through the outward characteristics and signs of a God-man. Clothes, malas, garlands, marks on the forehead, long hair, long beard, no hair, no beard. Yeah. It's extremely difficult to recognize the second kind of impostor, worldly soul, who pretends to be God-man on the outside, because they're very good actors. In the same way, there are two kinds of divine saint, true God-man. The first kind of genuine saint is the same on the inside as well as outside. He's always absorbed in the divine love, divine bliss for God on the inside, and makes no pretense to be worldly on the outside. It will be very easy to distinguish, to recognize such a saint. But as I told you, very few saints in history has been of the first type. 99.99% of saints have been of the second type. Who are those? These saints, although they are divine on the inside, sacred, pure, divine, always in bond with God on the inside, they are very careful to hide their love for God and perform such action in the world as to make us think them to be even more worldly than ourselves. They're very careful to hide their love for God. So it is extremely difficult to recognize the second kind of worldly person who pretends to be a saint, a God-man, as well as the second kind of saint, true God-man who pretends to be worldly, and they are in the majority. How are we going to find out? We people generally, we can't see on the inside, so we look outwardly. What kind of dress, behavior, what they eat, what a person eats, etc. And this is why instead of saying, we end up mostly worshipping impostors. Now, many examples given last night in the history of saints who appeared to be so worldly, outwardly. Now they are God Himself. Avatar. Hanumanji has been called Avatar. Means descension. He's descension of Shiva. Yet he cannot, his own Ishtadev, Sri Ram, he can't recognize. Parvati, Divine Mother of the Universe, she doesn't recognize Bhagavan. And she tests him and then lies to him. Many, many examples. And there were examples of Rakshas, demonic souls, who recognized Bhagavan. And for the answer we found out that God and the saints, they have a special power called Yog Maya Shakti. Bhagavan governs Yog Maya, and the saints are governed by Yog Maya. Both have this power, Yog Maya. Not Maya. We, the worldly souls in Maya, in this material world, we are governed by Maya. So everything we do is wrong. Yog Maya doesn't mean Maya. It has the word Maya, it doesn't mean Maya. Yog Maya means the most personal and intimate power of Bhagavan, also called Swarupa Shakti. It's an internal potency. That power that makes the impossible possible. I told you Yog Maya is also called Durga, Radha, etc. Through the power of Yog Maya, God and the saints, they come in this world. They do everything like us. They are divine on the inside. Pure, divine, yet they seem to do everything in the world. They perform worldly actions. Greed, anger, jealousy, they fight war, everything. And we get confused. This was also explained that when God comes in the world, He performs what is called Leela, divine pastime. Sport. We have sport in the world, cricket, soccer, badminton. That's a worldly sport. God also has a sport. Bhagwan has a sport. His sport is called Leela, divine sport. In order to perform his divine Leela, he needs the help of many other entities. So what does he do? He brings his divine associates from his divine abode. So all these personalities we hear about, Hanuman, Garud, Parvati, Ravan, Kumbhakarna, etc. These are all saints, divine entities. Perform and helping Bhagwan to perform his divine pastime in the world. I give the example like in the world someone makes a movie. In the same way, Bhagwan also makes a movie. The worldly thing is just a makeup. The worldly movie. We go to the movie and we look at the movie and someone has died or someone has lost a husband or something and they start crying and we start crying too. We forget it's just acting on the screen. But God's movie is real because it's divine. Anyhow, it was explained in detail now. So we found out about Guru. But so it's difficult, but so how are we going to find? He's so important. Without Guru, we can't progress spiritually. So we need to find. So tonight, we're going to go forward. Now, in our search for the true spiritual master, the true Guru, we have to keep in mind that it may be possible to recognize that someone is a true saint, a true Guru, but it is impossible to understand it. Just as it is impossible to understand God with our material intellect, in the same way, it is impossible to understand the saint, one who has attained God, with our material intellect. Bhagwan Krishna is saying to Uddhav in Bhagavad Mahapurana, Acharya mam vijaniya nava manyet karhichit namartya buddhya suyet sarvadeva mayo. Uddhav, 11 Canto, 17 chapter, 27 verse. Srimad Bhagavad Mahapurana. Shri Krishna says, Uddhav, know the saint, the true Guru, one who's attained God, who's qualified. Know him to be me, Shri Krishna. Mam vijaniya. When you meet a true saint, you meet Bhagavan. Shri Krishna is saying, not me. Tonight, Pitaji Krishna Ji said, if someone comes here and he tells us this is in the scripture and he shows where it is, we will accept it. But he just tells us anything, we're not going to accept it. You should not. Not because somebody is saying something, you should accept it blindly. Where is the proof? Where is it? Is it in the Vedas? Is it in the scripture? Don't just take it, somebody come and you just say, oh, when he said it, I will take it. No. It could be who it is. Bhagwan himself would come and start saying something and it's not based on our scriptures, don't accept. This happened in Sanatana Dharma. A descension of Sri Krishna, Buddha avatar. You heard about it? Lord Buddha. He came, descended, and he said, I don't accept Veda. There was a reason for that. At that time, the Brahmins were using the Vedas to do wrong, to drink alcohol, eat meat, etc. And they say, Ved said this. So the Lord, he had to come himself. He came as Lord Buddha to stop that. So if he come and said, no, Ved is not saying this, nobody would listen. So he said, okay, I don't accept it. So it is called Gnostic religion. Not because it is ungodly, but it's not based on the principle of the Vedas. Nastiko Veda Nindaka. Any philosophy which is not based on the Vedas is called Gnostic, atheistic. Veda said. So we accept Lord Buddha, that you are Sri Krishna himself, you are the descension of the Lord, but we don't accept your philosophy. Buddhism was kicked out of India straight into China. It has to be based on the Vedas. So Sri Krishna is saying, Udhav, no one who has attained me, the true saint, know him to be me, Sri Krishna personified. Do not see him as a man. He looks like a man, he looks like a woman, a person. But you can't see on the inside. Don't just judge and think he is that. Do not use your material mind and intellect to understand him. Just as Sri Krishna is beyond the senses, mind and intellect, a saint who has attained Sri Krishna is also beyond the senses, mind and intellect. And know that all forms of gods resides in him. Sri Krishna is saying. So just, it's possible to recognize him, but it's impossible to understand him. A sensible person, having faith, and associating with the true saint for some time, can, through perceptional, inferential, and scriptural evidence, recognize whether he's a genuine saint or not. But remember, you cannot recognize someone as a genuine saint just on the spur of the moment. You have to spend some time in his association. We have to make time to be in his association. Also, we should not accept someone as a saint, that he is God realized, merely on the strength of somebody's words. Somebody come and tell you he's a saint and you accept. Because the day that person loses faith in that saint, you will also lose faith. And God forbid our misfortune that we accepted an impostor as a saint based on the strength of someone's word. For not only would we be deluded, but we will lose whatever little faith we had in saints. So we have to study and experience for ourselves before making a decision. Now, tonight's topic is going to be a little bit controversial, but it will be clarified, don't worry. Sometimes we have to hit hard against some things that we are accustomed to get it out. Before we try to find out who is a true saint, there are some things we have to be careful of. If you're approaching, you call it the robo here, the traffic light, and you see yellow, what do you do? You go faster. But the yellow light doesn't mean that. It means get prepared to stop, be cautious. Right? Yellow means, amba means, be careful, get ready to stop. Of course, we do opposite. Some do stop, but many fly through. So, before looking for a saint, there are some things we have to be extremely careful about. Some points. Number one, a genuine saint never promises to bless anyone with worldly possessions. Any saint who pretends to bestow worldly possessions upon anyone is not a genuine saint, but in fact, he is our greatest enemy. In that he's only helping us to delve deeper and deeper into the material world of attachments. Besides, it's impossible for any saint, even Bhagavan, to give us anything that we were not supposed to get according to our prarabdha or past action. Everything we acquire in this lifetime up to the exact moment of death is determined by the actions we perform in our past life. Ayu karma cha vittam cha vidyani dhanameva cha panchaitani siddhyanti garbhastasyaiva dehina. Hitopadesh. Ayu, duration of life. Karma, what kind of interest we'll have in life. Want to be a teacher, doctor, engineer, etc. With how much wealth will come easily? Because I give dan, charity, you don't give dan, the punishment, you'll be born very poor next time you get human birth. Vidya, how much knowledge will come easily? Nidhanamevacha. The moment we'll die and how we will die is determined the moment the child is conceived in the womb of the mother, and no one can change that. The scripture has been very clear. Naraji is saying to Himalaya, the father of Parvati, Kaha muni sahimavanta sunu, jo vidhi likha lilar, devatanuj naranaga muni, ko namet nihar. Hey Himalaya, listen, Naraji, that great saint, to say, whatever Brahma, who writes our destiny? Brahma, the creator. The one with the forehead, Brahma. He's the creator. He writes our destiny. Where does he write it? On the forehead, Lalat, Lilar, Bhal. From where? From the actions we perform in the past life. Purva janma kritam karma tad devamiti kathyate hitopadesh. The scripture says, the actions we perform in our past life, out of the free will that God has given to us, that becomes our destiny in the next lifetime. And Brahma writes that on the forehead. So Deva Danuja Naranagamuni, no Devata, no celestial God, no Rakshas Danuja, no Nag, no human being, no Rishi, no Muni, no one can change that. And somebody say, I can change it, then you're better than Bhagwan. Don't you dare touch that Ramayana ever again. Because you're going against God's law. You're claiming something that Bhagwan says is impossible. Vasisht, the great Guru Vasisht, the Guru of Sri Ram, he said to Bharat, Sunahu Bharat Bhavi Prabal, Bilaki Kahav Muninath, Hani Labh Jeevan Maran, Jasha Apajasha Vidhihat. Bharat, listen carefully, Bharat. Destiny is very powerful. Hani lav, loss, gain, Jivan, Maran, life, death, Yasha, Apajash, fame, dishonor, are all in the hands of destiny. And destiny comes from what we have done in the past life. Don't blame anybody for whatever happens. We don't like to accept. We don't like to accept responsibility for anything, any mistake we make. It's a very difficult thing to do. The truth is a bitter medicine. We want to blame everyone and everything. Oh, he's the cause, this one is the cause, that is the cause. And you, I can never be the cause. I cannot be the cause. We say we are Hindus. We are supposed to understand Sanatan Dharma, Hindu philosophy. But what do we understand? Nowadays, whatever in the internet, we just read a little bit into Google and we think we know everything. No. Whatever actions we have performed, remember, Shri Krishna gives us free will. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala hetu bhur mate sangustva karmani. Chapter 2, verse 47, Gita. Shri Krishna says, I give you the right to perform action. Free will, do whatever you want. Right, wrong, good, bad. But I do not give you the right to decide on the fruit. What fruit you're going to get. Shri Krishna says, I reserve that right. In other words, the one who gives the fruit, Shri Krishna. If you don't like the fruit, then you don't like Shri Krishna. And Shri Krishna is just. There is no one more just than Shri Krishna. He says, Samoham sarva bhuteshu name dveshosti na priya. Chapter 9, verse 29, Gita. Neither is anyone dear to me, nor is anyone hateful. I look at everyone equally. Samadarshi. I am a supreme God judge. I give the fruit according to your action. The one who gives the fruit is not my neighbor. It's not somebody from another country or another whatever. The one who is given the fruit always is Shri Krishna. It could be good, it could be bad, it could be whatever. And only a devotee will accept it with great joy. This is why Bhagavan Shri Ram is saying to Shabari, Ashtam Jatha Labha Santosha. Bhagavan Shri Ram, he's explaining to that great devotee Shabari, Ma Shabari. Hey Shabari, he's explaining Navdha Bhakti, ninefold devotion. He says the eighth type of devotion is to be contented, whether in gain or loss. Everything is gone, destroyed. Thank you, Bhagwan. Jai Ho. How many of us have the courage to say that? Then you know you're a bhakt, devotee. Because for one, whatever happens to me is a result of the actions I have performed in the past life. I can't remember how much murders I may have committed. Uncountable lifetimes, uncountable murder. I can't remember. I can't see. And Bhagavan says you will have to enjoy the fruit. Avashyameva bhoktavyam kritam karma shubha shubham. You will have to bear the fruit of your good action as well as bad action. So I know that whatever happens to me is a result of the actions I have performed. Not my neighbor, not somebody else, me. And the one who is given the fruit, Shri Krishna. If I love Shri Krishna, I love Bhagwan. Whatever Bhagwan gives to me is prasad. I will love it also. It can be the worst, it can be the best, whatever he gives. Jai Ho Bhagwan, Jai Ho Shri Krishna. Then we are devotee. Then we are devotee. Bhagwan said. So, he cannot give us anything we are not supposed to get according to our
past action. What usually happens is that, let's suppose 10 people go to meet a saint, so-called Babaji a saint. 5 of them, coincidentally, 5 of them happen to acquire some wealth that they were supposed to get due to the prarabdha that they had given dhan in their past life. That's how we get wealth, when we give dhan, charity. You do not give dhan, the punishment, besides going to hell, etc., you'll be born very poor next time you get human birth. So they happen coincidentally the same time when they meet this person to acquire that wealth. They start believing that this person, this saint has the power to give anyone whatever they desire, and so they start publicizing this. The next 5 who didn't benefit in any way, they just stop believing in that person, but they do not publicize the fact. And this is how saints, people are judged as saints today in this Kali Yuga. But Bhagavan Krishna has a divine law. Shri Krishna says in Bhagavad Mahapuran, Tam Phranshayami Sampadbhyo Yasya Chechamya Nugraham. 10th Canto, 27th chapter, 16th verse. Bhagavan Krishna says, I take away, listen carefully, I take away all the material possessions. Mother, father, wife, husband, children, health, wealth, everything. From those I show my grace upon. My grace. We think that when we have everything in the world, that God is very graceful to me. And if I lose anything, that God is angry. No, no, no. Do you understand what the scriptures are saying? Do you know divine law? Or are you just thinking about your material desires, how to fulfill them? Greed. Only when you don't have anything, then you will think God alone is mine. I have no one and nothing but Shri Krishna. A saint who pretends to give worldly possessions is not a true, genuine saint, but our worst enemy. He cannot, as I mentioned, he cannot do it, one. Secondly, anybody who has attained, become a saint, first they renounce the world. Anybody who became a saint, attained God realization, they renounce the world. Why would he want to give you the world when he himself has renounced it in favor of Bhagavan? No true saint will want to give us anything which will take us further away from God than we already are. Just as a mother will never give a child a bottle of poison to play with, no matter how much the child cries for it, no true saint will ever give us poison in the form of worldly possessions. That was the first point, very long. Second point, a genuine, I remember I told you tonight's topic is very controversial, it's going to hit very hard against a lot of things we believe in. So listen carefully. Don't get fidgety, don't get angry. Everything is very logical. The second point, a genuine saint never performs miracles, siddhis. Many times, oftentimes, we associate supernatural powers, siddhis, as a sign that somebody is a saint. We think if this Babaji, this Maharaj can perform some kind of miracle, then he's a genuine saint. But this is the most dangerous misconception. The practice, the systematic practice of yoga. Yoga doesn't mean yoga. Yoga means yam, niyam, asan, pranayam, pratyahar, dharana, dhyan, samadhi. Impossible in Kali Yuga. After thousands and thousands of lifetimes, someone performing this 8 I mentioned, yam, niyam, asan, pranayam, pratyahar, dharana, dhyan, samadhi, systematically acquires something called siddhi, supernatural powers. So the systematic practice of yoga Ashtanga Yoga, results in the acquirement of supernatural powers, siddhis. But to exercise yoga only for the acquirement of siddhis is vain and futile. One, the moment you use it, you will lose it. After thousands and thousands of lifetimes, you have acquired siddhi by doing yoga, which is impossible in Kali Yuga. It's so difficult to do. First thing, yam niyam, complete control over the mind. Who can do that? In Kali Yuga? Yam. And then prana, then asan, pranayam, pratyahara, dharana, dhyan, samadhi. So one, you use it, you lose it. And two, it will only take us further and further away from God. The moment you start getting siddhis, you become a little Bhagwan yourself. The Abhiman, people have to worship me, I am a Bhagwan, I can make things appear. Very dangerous. Now a true saint, a genuine saint, he possesses all kinds of powers. All kinds of powers. Remember, when one attains God realization, everything that Bhagwan, everything that Sri Krishna has, he gives to that soul. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. Chapter 10, verse 10, Gita, Sri Krishna says, I give everything to him. Infinite knowledge, infinite powers, infinite beauty, everything infinite. Infinite bliss. So he has all the powers, a true, genuine saint, but he never utilizes them to perform miracles. There was a great saint known as Haridas Thakur. During the time of Lord Gaurang Mahaprabhu, there was some Rakshas, Jagai Madhai. They were set up to anybody chant God's name, beat them up. Beat them up. They beat Haridas Thakur so much. He loved to chant Mahamantra so much. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. He couldn't stop chanting. And they beat him so much, thinking he had died, they threw him into the Ganga. Now, Haridas Thakur, he could have performed a miracle by, like, say to Sri Krishna, hey Sri Krishna, please behead this Rakshas. Look what they have done to me. But you know what Haridas Thakur did? He put his hands together and he begged Sri Krishna, hey Sri Krishna, please forgive them. Bless them, my Lord. They don't know what they do. Forgive them, bless them. This is a saint. A spiritual man doesn't wish harm on anyone, no matter who he is. There's a big difference. In the world we want revenge. There's a Maya. A saint will never do that. You'll be amazed of the spiritual power, the siddhis one can acquire through the practice of yoga. All these siddhis belong to the Mayic or material realm, and they can be broadly classified in three categories. Three categories: Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic. There are two other categories, but they are beyond the material realm. They have nothing to do with Mayic, material realm. They are beyond Maya, and they are called Gunatit siddhis. The lowest siddhi one acquires is Tamasic. Tamasic siddhi. If you meet someone possessing Tamasic siddhi, how will he impress you? He may show you an empty bowl or his hand and ask you, what do you see? And you say nothing. Then he does this and he says, okay, what do you see now? Oh, and you see it. There are gold coins, gems, almonds, chocolate. Oh, it's filled with such wonderful things, and you start thinking, oh my God, this man is a great, great saint. When in actual reality, he's utilizing bhoot and pret, ghosts and spirits to make these things appear. And do you know how the scriptures classify these siddhis? They classify them as Rakshasi, demonic siddhis. And the people who have these siddhis, practice these siddhis, they will go to the worst hell, Raurav Narak. Raurav. There are many kinds of hell, Raurav, Kumbhi, Pak, etc. Not Patal, those are low regions, that's not hell. There's a different thing called hell. Just these subterranean regions, Patal, etc. There's something called hell which is different. Kumbhi, Pak, Raurav, Narak, many. One of the worst one. There's one called Vaitarani Nadi. One of the worst one, Raurav, Narak. And those who believe them and go to them, they also suffer the same fate. When you go to such a person, that's the end of you. Greed. People will do the worst thing. They'll go in the grave and dig up the bone. All because of greed. They want fast result. But then you'll get the fast result in a good way. Be very careful. Higher than Tamasic Siddhi, Rajasic Siddhi, which comprise of healing and protective powers. A person who possesses Rajasic Siddhi can cure illnesses, disease, etc. Higher than Rajasic Siddhi, Sattvic Siddhi. A person possessing Sattvic Siddhi can become so light, lighter than a feather, or he can become so heavy that hundreds of people will not be able to lift him. He can become very, very small or very, very huge. He can fly in the sky, walk on water or fire. He can become invisible. He can remain buried under the earth for days. He can enter your mind and know exactly what you're thinking. There are 8 such siddhis in Sattvic Siddhi. Anima, Lakhima, Garima, etc. Now, if you meet a person possessing such siddhis, you will think him to be Bhagavan himself, God himself. But be aware, all these siddhis belong to the Mayic or material realm, and they are of great, great harm. Unfortunately, people are caught in amazement, wonderment, when they come across such siddhis. This is why a devotee, one in the path of bhakti devotion, is especially warned about the attractions of such siddhis. Once you get attracted, you will never attain the goal of God realization ever again. Never. So these were the 3. Annamaya, Maya. I told you there are 2 beyond Maya. The 4th siddhi, which is beyond Maya, is called Mukti Rupa Mahasiddhi. A person attaining this siddhi merges into the formless aspect of Bhagavan, just as a river merges into the ocean. But this siddhi, this 4th siddhi called Mukti, has been called a Pishachini, Chudail, demoness, a witch, by the Rasic saints. The Rasic saints, those who have attained the divine love of Radha, Krishna and Vrindavan, they are called Rasic saint, Rasik saint. One of the greatest Rasic saints, Rup Goswami, he wrote a book, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. He says, Bhukti Mukti Spriyayavat Pishachi Hriddi Vartate Tavat Bhakti Sukhasyatra Katamabhyudayo Bhavet. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Rup Goswami Maharaj is saying, he's calling Bhukti. Bhukti means desire for the material world plus desire for heaven. These combined is called a Bhukti. And Mukti means to merge into the formless aspect of God. He's calling Bhukti and Mukti Pishachini, demoness, witches. He says, as long as there's desire for Bhukti and Mukti in the heart of an individual, Bhakti Mahadevi, or the goddess of divine love, will never come. Tulsidas Maharaj says in the Ramayana, अस विचार जे परम सयाने मुक्ति निदाररि bhakti lubhane. Sayana means wise. Asa vichara je parama sayana. This extremely wise person thinking about it carefully, he stays very far away from mukti and desires only bhakti, divine love. And the fifth siddhi, which is also beyond Maya and the highest, is called Param Siddhi or Bhakti or divine love, which once attained, it is possessed forever. So in the 5 siddhis, there are 5: Tamasic, Rajasic, Sattvic, Mukti Rupa Mahasiddhi and Param Siddhi Bhakti. We have to stay clear of the first 4. Desire only bhakti. And we especially have to stay very far from miracle mongers if we want to attain, if we want to find a true guru, a true sect. Second point. Third point. A genuine saint will never pronounce shrap, curse on anyone. If some so-called saint threatens to bring ruin upon you unless you follow his instructions, you should know him to be a fake, an impostor. Because a genuine saint is one who will rather be cut into small pieces himself rather than wish harm to anyone. Tusidasi Maharaj, defining a saint, a true devotee of Bhagwan, he says, पर उपकार वचन मन काया संत सहज स्वभाव खगराया भूर्ज तरु सम संत कृपाला परहित सहनित विपति विशाला. The true devotee, the true saint, by words, thoughts and deeds, he's benevolent. All he's thinking about how to help others. By words, thoughts and deeds. And he gives a wonderful example of the nature of a saint. There's something called Bhoj Patra. Bhoj Patra. Long ago, there were no paper and paper factory. But all our scriptures that we read today were written a little more than 5,000 years ago. Bhagavad, Gita, Ved, they were all written. But there was no paper. So where was it written? On this thing called Bhoj Patra. There was a tree that is made of bark only. Only bark. It's still there. There are many in India, Nepal, etc. Lots of these trees. Bhoj Patra. It's made of only bark. So you start taking the bark out of the tree to write scriptures, to write other things. And you keep taking the bark and eventually the tree dies for the sake of others. The saint has been compared to the Bhoj Patra, that he will undergo tremendous torture. Yet he will never think bad. He will keep thinking only what is best for us. Look at the history of saints whenever they have come in this world. How much we have done against them. Curse, criticize, poison, beat them up, give them a bad name, throw them in jail. What we did not do. Look at history. How many attempts were made to kill Tulsidas and destroy his Ramayana by the Pandits of Kashi. And today we make a living reading that same Ramayana. Every saint. Mirabai, today we sing her bhajan. All because she was singing and dancing for her Lord, Shri Krishna. Her own in-laws, not strangers. They gave her poison, telling her it was Amrit to drink. They put a poisonous snake in the basket, telling her it was a garland for the Lord. And she opened the basket and put her hand. She didn't even think. What did she get? A garland. The poison became Amrit. Anyhow, this is the nature of a saint. A saint will never think, no matter who it is, to harm, even to think about harming someone. Can't. Because all he's come for is to uplift us and take us to Bhagwan. Now, just as a saint does not pronounce curse, shrap on anyone, he doesn't also give ashirvad, blessings. We people today, whoever we think is a saint, we go and bow to them, and they put their worldly hand on our worldly head, and they say, Jug Jug Jiyo, live forever, Ayushman Bhava, live for 1,000 years, Putravati Bhava, etc., etc. A genuine saint doesn't do that. Instead, he advises us to practice the prescribed spiritual exercises, and we'll acquire the fruit ourselves. If any saint could bless anyone without them deserving it, something, just by giving Ashirvad, bless them, that they can attain whatever they're not deserving, even just bless them, then this world will no longer exist. The saint will say to Bhagwan, Hey Shri Krishna, I have only one desire, my Lord. One desire, that the uncountable souls in the uncountable solar systems in the universe who are under Maya and suffering, my Lord, I ask you to free them from Maya. Free them from Maya and give them divine bliss forever. And so the uncountable souls in the uncountable solar system will become eternally free, and they will be with Bhagwan. And this world will no longer exist. God does not lose anything by granting such a boon. Because Bhagwan is Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnata Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Wait. That if you subtract infinite from him, he remains infinite. He doesn't get less. He's such an entity. But even Bhagwan is bounded by law. He has a law that only the one who completely surrenders to him can become free from Maya. Mame vaye prapadyante maya vetantarantite. Chapter 7, verse 14, Gita. He will not break his law for anyone. This is his divine law. Third point. The fourth point. There's something called Diksha, initiation. This word Diksha means to transfer power. Diksha, the Sanskrit word Diksha means to transfer power. For example, let's suppose you build a new house. Now you call an electrician to wire the house. He puts everything in there, wiring, plug, switches, bulb, all the fittings. After he is finished wiring the house, you come and you put the switch on, no light. And you say, what kind of joke is this? No, this is not a joke. Just wait, in 15 to 20 days, the people from the powerhouse will come. They will join a wire from the pole, the electrical pole, to the house. And the moment they join the wire, you put the switch, light. This wiring we do in the home, this is making the vessel, the heart, the mind pure. If you did not wire the house, and you say to the powerhouse, come and give me connection, what they will say? Where are we going to put the connection, in your head? First, the vessel has to be made. First, the heart, the mind has to be made pure. We have to make the vessel first. Only when the vessel is pure, then the true Guru gives Diksha, initiation. And the moment he gives initiation, you will attain, you will become divine. He is given power. He is transferring power. The power he has. And whether he chooses to do it by whispering a month in the air, looking in the eye, he can embrace you like Gaurang Mahaprabhu used to do. He can give you one chopper, a good slap. Or he doesn't have to be there. He can be in Golok. Once the vessel, the heart is ready, is become completely pure, he will give Diksha, initiation. And the moment you get Diksha, you will attain God realization. You will become free from Maya forever. You will attain infinite knowledge, infinite bliss. You will attain God. But you say, the connection from the pole to my house is good. My wiring has also been passed, but there is still no power. How is this possible? It means that you joined the wire from your house to a pole, but it was not the electrical pole. You joined it to some crazy pole standing out there. In other words, the person you accepted as guru, as a saint, was not a true guru. He had no power. If you join the wire from the house, the wiring was passed. You join the wire, but it's an empty pole out there. And you put the switch, will you get light? So if the guru is given Diksha, he's put a mantra in theirs. But he has no power. Then what can he give? You have given me Diksha, but I still have greed, anger, jealousy, hatred, lust. I have not attained divine knowledge. I have not attained divine bliss. What is this initiation you have given to me? Why did you poke a mantra in my ears? Ra and Ma. These are two letters of the word Ram. The Shiv Bhagwan sits on Mount Kailash and says, Ram, Ram, Ram. Is there any mantra in the world which is greater than the name of Bhagwan? Any mantra? Gaurang Mahaprabhu says in the Shikshastak, Na nama kadi bahudha nija sarva shaktis. God has taken all his power and put in the name. He's sitting in the name. There's no difference between the name and God. There's no mantra which is more powerful than any name of Bhagwan. Or is it that God has a language problem? That he looks to see what language you are speaking? That you have to say something in Sanskrit? So if I speak to Bhagwan in Spanish, Italian, French, African, English, Bhagwan is not going to listen. Oh Lord, I bow to you, I love you. If I say that in English, he's not going to listen. Bhagwan says, I don't have a language problem. I only understand one language, the language of the heart. How much love you have for me. That's the only language. But someone insists, my Guru mantra is very powerful. Okay. Then ask your Guruji, why is the mantra not giving any result? You go to Guruji and say, Guruji, you give me this mantra and it's not giving anything, result to me. And the Guruji says, because you were not deserving. Acha. I wasn't deserving. Then why did you line everybody up? At that time when you were making Shishya, disciple, at that time, why did you not think, is this person deserving or not? No, you just lined everybody up and you become my disciple and you become my disciple and whether I go and become worse than I was before didn't matter to you. So a true saint, a true guru does not accept disciples, nor does he start a disciple succession. Bhagavad to say, not me. Nashishyan anubhadnit grantha naiva bhyaset bahun. Bhagavad Mahapuran, 7th canto, 13th chapter, 8th verse. The true saint, the true guru does not accept shishyas, disciples, nor does he just start a succession. Look, it is a divine law. If a true saint meets a deserving soul, he will give divine love to him, divine knowledge, everything. He's looking for divine souls. That's why he comes in the world. First, we have to look. And by God's grace, we find a true guru. We accept him as guru in our heart. Bring him and put him to sit. He doesn't make you his disciple as yet. He doesn't make you his shishya yet. You accept him as Guru. You are my Guruji in your heart. And you follow his instruction. Agya Palan is called. Agya Palan. Agya Samana Susahib Seva. You cannot say he is my Guru and I don't do what he tells me. Then why you have Guru? Many people will get Guru, but we do not follow what the Guru says. We just get somebody to put a month in our ears. I am fixed. Fixed to go where? Hell? Agya Palan. Agya Palan. Of course, first he has to be genuine saint. True Guru. And then, when you do Agya Palan, you follow his instructions, slowly, slowly, the heart, the mind will become purified, pure, nirmal, divine. Only when the heart becomes completely pure, we have completely surrendered, then now that Guru is going to give Diksha. And the moment we attain Diksha, we'll attain everything. Infinite knowledge, infinite bliss, God realization. From that moment we'll see God in every particle of the world. Siya Ram mein sab jag jani, karahu pranam jori jug pani. In every particle of the world we'll see our beloved Lord. Then you have gotten Diksha. So number 4. Number 5. Number 5. Someone should not be judged as a saint merely by his physical appearance. Whether he wears white clothes, orange clothes, yellow clothes, blue clothes, black clothes, or no clothes at all. Naked, nanga. External renunciation has nothing to do with the internal mind. Renunciation is in the heart, the mind, not external renunciation. This is all acting. Supposing you see a man wearing a 3-piece suit, jacket and ties, 3-piece suit, delivering a discourse on bhakti, the path of devotion, our immediate reaction will be, you call that a saint? How can a saint wear 3-piece suit? Now tell me, is it a sin to wear 3-piece suit? Where in the scripture is written that it is a sin to wear 3-piece suit? It's only cloth. And supposing you see a saint wearing a langot. Long ago, the saints will only wear langot. You know what langot is? A tiny strip of cloth that's tied only around the loin. Nothing else. Only a langot. Our immediate reaction will be, why doesn't he dress properly if he wants to come in society? He should go and live in a cave or in a forest somewhere. So do not judge by the external appearance if somebody is a saint or not. What clothes he wear, or he wear no clothes, doesn't matter. More important is what he is on the inside, not external. 6th point. We should not judge somebody as a saint, a true Guru, by his external behavior, what he eats, etc. These are all material things. Material things. In ancient times, the saints, 99.99% of saints in ancient times were householders. They were married, they had house, they had children, they had everything. Look at all our saints in ancient times. This we see today of saints being sannyasi, renunciates. This is all acting. This is acting has started in Kali Yuga itself. A genuine saint, they hide themselves. I told you this last night or night before. The true saint, last night too, they hide themselves. Gopaniyam, 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 Prayatnataha. No one should know that I am a true saint. And today is the exact opposite. We are not saints. We're not God realized, but we make a big act. I eat only fruit, phalahari. I exist only on fruit. I drink only milk. I exist only on air, hava, etc., etc. And this way we put on such a big act, and people will believe in the word. So if we were to judge by external behavior and actions, instead of saints, we'll end up worshipping fakes, impostors. As I told you, Tulsidas Ji Maharaj says, Lakhi Suvesh Jagavanchak Jeu Vesh Pratap Puji Ahideu. Because we can't see on the inside. We can't see on the inside. We look outwardly. How much mark did this person have on the forehead? How long his churki is? The longer the churki, more divine. What kind of clothes he wears? What kind of food? How he speaks, how he sings. We look outwardly because we can't see on the inside. Andar nahi dekh sakte. And this is why instead of saints, genuine guru saint, we end up worshipping imposters, fake. So it's important to know who is a true saint. So we have just found out what a saint does not do, what a saint is not, a genuine guru saint. Now we have to find out what he is. What he is. We'll do a bhajan, kirtan. Page 25. Page 25 in the booklets you have. Bhajan number 38. Chant the name, divine name of the Lord. Chant the name of the Lord, Radha Krishna all the time. Radhe Radhe Govinda Bhaj Radhe Radhe Govinda Radhe Radhe Keep it happy, please. Oh Radhe Radhe Govinda Radhe Radhe Govinda Radhe Radhe Govinda Radhe Radhe Govinda Jo sadkan chit gan sukh kanda Radhe Radhe Govinda Bhajman yugal charan arvinda Radhe Radhe Govinda Bhaj yugal charan arvinda Radhe Radhe Govinda Oh Radhe Radhe Govinda Radhe Radhe Govinda Radhe Radhe Govinda Radhe Radhe Govinda Don't procrastinate. Don't procrastinate. Say I will do tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes. Do right now. Worship the Lord. We have no guarantee. Bhaju bhaju berana karumati manda Radhe Radhe Govinda Bhaju berana karumati manda Radhe Radhe Govinda Tarju Chal Chanda, give up all deception, all deceitfulness, and worship the Lord. Forget about all the nonsense in the world. With a pure heart, an innocent heart, naive heart, worship the Lord. Tarju Chal Chanda, Bhajumati Manda, Radhe Radhe Govinda. Tarju Chal Bhajumati Manda, Radhe Radhe Govinda. Oh, Radhe Radhe Govinda, Radhe Radhe Govinda, Radhe Radhe Govinda, Radhe Radhe Govinda. Notice saying the true Guru and Bhagwan Shri Krishna to be one and the same. Don't say any difference. Not even 0.0001%. Hari Guru Manu Ek Mati Manda, Radhe Radhe Govinda. Hari Manu Ek Mati Manda, Radhe Radhe Govinda. Oh, Hari Guru Manu Ek Mati Manda, Radhe Radhe Govinda. Hari Guru Manu Ek Mati Manda, Radhe Radhe Govinda. Oh, Radhe Radhe Govinda, Radhe Radhe Govinda, Radhe Radhe Govinda, Radhe Radhe Govinda. Teri Gati Mati Rati Mati Manda. Our destination, our true knowledge, our true love, everything is the Supreme Lord, Sri Radha Krishna. Oh, foolish mind, love and worship them all the time. Teri Gati Mati Rati Mati Manda, Radhe Radhe Govinda. Teri Gati Mati Rati Mati Manda, Radhe Radhe Govinda. Oh, do Kripalu hai Ati Mati Manda, Radha Krishna. And the saint, who's Radha Krishna personified, they're extremely dayalu, extremely compassionate, extremely merciful. Surrender to them, love them. Do Kripalu hai Ati Mati Manda, Radhe Radhe Govinda. Ati Mati Manda, Radhe Radhe Govinda. Oh, Radhe Radhe Govinda, Radhe Radhe Govinda, Radhe Radhe Govinda, Radhe Radhe Govinda. Radha Krishna Bhagwan ki, Radha Krishna Bhagwan ki. When we do Jaikar, it has to be done at the top of the voice. This is victory to Bhagwan, glory to Bhagwan. At the top of the voice, you have to say, not Jai. Let's try one more time. Radha Krishna Bhagwan ki. Much better. Not best, but much better. Don't ever be shy or feel embarrassed to say Jai to Bhagwan. You're not shy and feel embarrassed when we abuse and get angry in the world. Always do Jaikar at the top of the lungs, top of the lungs. So we just found out what a true, genuine saint is. First, we need a guru, compulsory in order to go on the spiritual path, a spiritual master, someone who can take us to Bhagwan, who can make the vessel. That work only Guru does, making the heart, the mind pure, which is a condition of Bhagwan for seeing him, attaining him. But as I said, it's extremely difficult to recognize. But we can. So we just heard what genuine saying the true Guru is not. Now we're going to hear what he is. But that topic is very long, so we'll have to wait. We have one more session on Guru Tattva. One more session on Guru Tattva, that's on Monday. Monday, 8th of May. So I would invite everyone to come. This is very important. It's important to how to recognize a true Guru, a true saint. Not looking outwardly. There's ways. But I will tell you the secret on Monday. Also this weekend, as you heard, we have a wonderful program. We hear so much about this thing called bhakti. The thing which pleases God the most, bhakti. So much we hear about bhakti. Only bhakti. In the Gita, Sri Krishna says, Naham vedena tapasa na dane na jaya. Chapter 11, verse 53, Gita. Nor, not by the study of the Vedas, the scriptures, nor to the performance of tapasya, austerities, nor fasting, nor rites and rituals, etc., can one attain me. How to attain God? So the first, in this 1153, he tells how we cannot. 1154, he says, Bhaktya tvananyaya shakya ahamevam vidhorjuna gyatum drashtum cha tattvena praveshtum cha parantapaha. Whether one wants to attain the divine knowledge of Bhagavan, gyatum, want to know him, one wants to attain the divine vision, to see his divine form, the divine form of the mother, Radharani, drashtum. One wants to attain moksha, to merge into him, praveshtum, whatever you want to attain. Ananya bhakti, bhaktya ananyaya, exclusively loving the Lord, nothing else. Only bhakti. He makes it very clear. Only bhakti. In the Ramayana, he says, Jao parlok yaha sukh chao. Suni mama bachana hridaya dirhagau. I told you in the first day. We all want only happiness. The Lord himself, Sri Ram, is saying, if you want to get happiness here, in this world, and after you leave here, listen to my words very carefully, deep in your heart. Sarala sukhad yah marg bhai. Bhakti mori Purana Shruti Gai. The path to attain happiness here and after we leave here is very easy. Saral. Or Sukhat. It gives happiness at every step. The path is called Bhakti for the Lord. Mori Bhakti says, the path of loving the Lord selflessly. All the Vedas, Shruti means Ved, all the Vedas, all the scriptures are glorifying Bhakti. And what do you have to do Bhakti? Anything? Kahu Bhakti Path Kavana Prayasa Yoga Namak Japa Tapa Upavasa. Not me. Any one of you could go and read this in the Ramayana. Go to Uttarkand of the Ramayana. Ek baad Raghunath bulaye, Guru Dvij Purvasi sab aaye. Once in 11,000 years, Bhagwan Shri Ram, the Lord, called everyone in Ayodhya and he gave a lecture. You could find it. Easy. Uttarkand. He said, what do you have to do in bhakti that is so hard? In the path of bhakti. Kavana prayasa. Yoga namak, you don't have to do yoga, ashtanga yoga. Yoga doesn't mean yoga, exercise. I told you yoga means yam, niyam, asan, pranayam, pratyahar, dharana, dhyan, samadhi. Can't do it, Kali. Mak, havan, jap, do in the name of God and the beat. Yoga, namak, japa, tapa, austerities, upavas, fasting, vrat. You don't have to do. All you have to do is love, pray. Ram hi keval prema pyara. Only prem. If you know a little bit of Hindi, you know prem means love. Only love he cares about. Nothing else, how much jap or how much what you have done. And you do with love is fine. But you are just doing, and your mind is all over the place. And all the abhiman is there. I did so many. No. Love, pray. Milahi Raghupati binu anuraga kiye jog jap jnana viraga. No one can attain God without anurag, love. Anurag means love, pray. You can do yoga, you can do virag, detachment, you can do whatever you want. Fasting. But you don't have love, Bhagwan doesn't care. Many places, 1,000. Prabhu Vyapak Sarvatra Samana. But Premate Pragat Hoi Mai Jana. God pervades everywhere, 100%. Not only in the mandir, not only in the murti, in the road, in the ram shop, in the toilet, everywhere. There's no place that Bhagwan is not there 100%. How are you going to find him? Only pray, love. Pray. And we know how to love. Yeah. Nobody has to teach us how to love. We already know how to love mama, papa, mommy, father, wife, husband, children, friend, brother, sister, some people dog, cat, donkey. All that we love to. Be careful. Whatever you love, when you become attached, that's what you're going to become in the next life. Sri Krishna is saying, not me. Yam yam vapi smaram bhavam tyajatyante kalevanam tam tame vaiti kaunteya sada tad bhava bhavitaha. Chapter 8, verse 6, Gita. When the life leaves the body, tyajatyante kalevanam. Whatever you remember at that time, yam yam vapi smaran. Smaran means remember. Whatever you remember that time. And what you're going to remember? Where you are attached. You are attached to the dog, the parrot, the donkey, or anybody in the world. Anything. Shri Krishna says that's where you're going to go, what you're going to become. Jad Bharat, Paramhans, had to go and become the body of a deer in the next life. He became attached to a deer. So we already know how to love. Nobody has to teach us. All we have to do is take that love now and transfer it to Bhagwan. But there needs a little practice, a little teaching how to do it. And that's what we're going to do in those 2 days. Sadhana bhakti. So there's 2 bhakti. One is sadhana, means practical. What we have to practice, what we have to do. And one is siddha bhakti. What we're going to attain when the heart, the mind becomes pure. So through sadhana bhakti, the heart, the mind will become pure. This is what we're going to learn. This is so important. Wherever I go, I try to do some time spending in doing sadhana, teaching sadhana. Lecture is very important, but practice is more important. Until and unless we don't put it into practice, we can hear all the Gita, all the Bhagavad, all the Ramayana. They're just words. And most time, as Pita Krishna Ji said, it goes through one eyes and come out the other one. But we take what we want and throw away the rest. Some of us. What we like, I like this one, that's good. And that, leave the rest straight away. I don't want to hear that. So It's important. Practice is very important. Yes. This is what we're going to do. So this is an invitation. Avikar will tell you more about it, right? About there is a certain cost, but if you don't have to worry. You talk to Avikar, you talk to Pita Ji Kishan, but there's no compulsory. You say, look, this is my situation, fine. They will talk to them. Nobody makes anything compulsory. When it comes to doing bhakti, to worshiping Bhagwan, there's no compulsory. But there's something there, you can talk and find out. Alright? So, I will finish here today. And as I said, the remainder of this lecture will be done Monday. But we have this wonderful program tomorrow coming up, the whole day. 6 in the morning till 6 in the evening. And every session is very important. Don't make up your mind, I'm going to come for this little session, I'm only going to come for that little session. You know, Gabi, there's a girl called Gabi, one of the Sevikas, the helpers. So she kept insisting, we need the schedule. We have to get it. And she said, Avikar told me that you need it. I said, okay. I didn't want to give it because sometimes people see this thing and they decide already, well, okay, I will go for this session. Sometimes you don't know what session you will come for. I said, okay, Avikar asked, so let me send it. So the session was posted out, the whole thing, the whole schedule. But please do not think that this is, so some session is more important and some is less important. All the sessions are important. We don't get this kind of opportunity again and again. Right? This is so rare to get something like this. Ehi sar avat ati kathinai Ram kripa binu aayi na jai. This kind of thing is not only difficult, extremely difficult. It doesn't come again and again. Who knows? Nobody can guarantee. I cannot guarantee when I leave South Africa that I'll come back. Who knows? I may die. I can't guarantee I have so many more years to live. None of you can guarantee. None of us. That we'll wake up tomorrow even. So we should not think, okay, I will do sometime. No, do it now. Alright? So, this is very important, so I'll finish here for today. Bole Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki, Radha Rani ki, Srimad Sadguru Sarkar ki, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri